Play Safeway's $1 million Score and Win. If any Winnipeg player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, John Markowski of Saskatoon could win $1 million. Shop and swipe at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner right here on TSN Jets. Jets 1 game under 500 on the season, 1 game below 500 on the road at 8-9-1. Andre Pavlik 1-5 in his last 6 decisions. Will start in goal for the Winnipeg Jets. And Ilya Bryzgalov, who was signed on November 8th, he is in nets for the Edmonton Oilers, coming off a tough game for him and his teammates on Saturday. Kyle Raymond, Brian Pochmary are your referees. Donnie Henderson and Mike Civic are your linesmen. The Oilers got off to the good start against St. Louis. They outshot the Blues 14-5 in the opening period, and then after that it fell apart. They were outshot 28-9 in the last 2 periods. And the Oilers carry it into the Jet zone. Trying to work it up front was Nick Schultz as he jumped all the way down in behind the Jets net. Andrew Ladd tries to slide this ahead. At center does. And Blake Wheeler will propel it on into the Edmonton zone. Ilya Bryzgalov mishandles it, then fires it up the glass. Ladd breaks it up. Tried to get it back to the line, and now Adam Pardy is in a foot race on that far side with Hemsky, and Pardy wins the race. To the Oilers line. This does not get deep, and Justin Schultz for Taylor Hall. Hall trying to get a step on Toby Enstrom. Into the slot. Big save as Pavlik got a glove on the chance by Justin Schultz. Back for Michael Frolik, and Bryzgalov steers that away. Schultz, 2 of them in the lineup. Justin Schultz, a right-hand shot. Dick Schultz, a left-hand shot. And Andrew Ference, who came over as an unrestricted free agent in the offseason, has it for the Edmonton Oilers.
The Jets have to get the puck deep on a regular basis. Make Edmonton play in their own zone. The Jets have already given up 1 great chance to Schultz already because they didn't get it deep.
Yes, Yoensuu, cross ice for Gagner. To the front of the net it came. That bounces away. Back to the line. Slap shot. Cleared away by Andre Pavlik as Beloff let that one fly. Back out at center, Beloff. Snaps this back into the Jet zone all the way around the boards, and there's Mark Stewart on it. Tries to get it ahead for Thorburn. Jokinen there as well, but Sam Gagner's on it. Back to the blue line it comes for Beloff. For Yoensuu. Back for Gagner. Got away from him, Jokinen. Slides it ahead for Mark Stewart, and Stewart will find Setaguchi. He'll whip this in. Glove save Bryzgalov, and with Chris Thorburn coming in looking for a loose puck, Ilya Bryzgalov is going to hang out of it.
Andre Pavlik really bailed out the Winnipeg Jets. The first good scoring chance of the game for Edmonton on the rush. A good job by Hall to control the puck, but all the Jets are looking at Hall. In comes Justin Schultz from the point. What a great scoring chance, and a terrific save by Pavlik. Tim Hortons game plan, don't forget to defend for the Jets. Just because Edmonton lost 6-0 last game, and steady as she goes, because Edmonton did lose like that. They played a good first period, as you said, Dennis, and then they let it fall apart. They have to hang in there more often.
As always, game plan brought to you by Tim Hortons, Canada's favorite coffee. Zach Bogosian being hounded in the corner by Luke Gadzik. Came to the side of the net. Enstrom knocked it back in behind, and Zach Bogosian will take it. Ahead for James Wright. Tried to slip this for Anthony Peluso. It was in behind him. Wright breaks this up at center. Comes right back in with Eric O'Dell, and they're going to say that O'Dell was offside on the left wing. Jets pass holders. Watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards. Reward your passion.
This should be more of a free-flowing game as far as line usage, I would think, unless some of the Edmonton Oilers really get full of themselves and they have to do something about it from Claude Noel's standpoint. There was more line matching up when you play against the Sedins last night.
Ales Hemsky, the shot to the short side. That's stopped by Pavlik. Battle down low. Boyd Gordon is after it. Brian Little takes it away from him. On for Ladd and on to Byfuglien. Byfuglien for Wheeler. It was in behind him. He was trying to find where that puck was, and at the same time keep an eye on Nick Schultz, who was closing in on him. Schultz, the former Prince Albert Raider, plays this all the way through the middle, no one home, and icing is called against Edmonton.
Well, you want to be a general manager in the National Hockey League, you're going to go through some ups and downs. There's Craig McTavish, the GM of Edmonton, took over this year, said he wanted to be aggressive when he took it over. I remember the speech that he made the first day that he got the job. It has been a long grind so far this season with a lot of losses.
Adam Pardy, the shot deflected by Blake Wheeler wide. Back to the line. Pardy has it again. Gets away from Hemsky. Tried to get it to the front of the net. And that got steered away by Jeff Petrie. And he'll send this back into the Jet zone. Byfuglien has to go after it. Ryan Smith looking for a line change, but made sure that Byfuglien had to go back all the way into his own zone. And be careful where that loose puck went. Up the right side boards. Oilers with some speed. Taylor Hall, and they're going to call this a glove pass. And Taylor Hall in full flight can be a handful.
Yeah, the Jets don't want to see a lot of that. This guy is a real dynamic player. You get him going full of confidence and going full speed through the neutral zone. He's up there with Evander Kane and the players that are the fastest guys in the league. Tremendous hands. You give him that room, he's going to hurt you. You got to stay tight to him in between the blue lines as often as you can.
Taylor Hall said this morning, at the end of the night, we have to be proud of ourselves. And they took some heat after that 6-0 loss on Saturday. Season high 6-game losing streak for the Oilers. Toby Enstrom ahead for Michael Frolik. Frolik will settle it down, cross ice. Enstrom will take it off the sideboards and slap it in. After it, Scheifele for Kane, to the line for Bogosian. He'll unload. That one changed directions. It went off the stick of Michael Frolik. We saw Frolik test his stick to see whether the shaft had been damaged on that deflection.
You can see Bryzgalov flinch too. He didn't know where that one went.
Bogosian lead pass for Kane. He had a step, and now Kane is going to get a penalty. He got tied up there with Andrew Ference. Eberle to the bench goes Bryzgalov for Sam Gagner. Into the slot for Eberle. He tried to wind it to the front of the net, and Devin Setoguchi will touch the puck. And the Edmonton Oilers will get the first power play of the game. And
Evander Kane is arguing his case. Unfortunately, Evander does that every time he gets a penalty. I think he's got to stop doing that because the referees just don't like that. His argument is that he got slashed at, but the problem is he did pull the player down, so there's no doubt about it. He's going to end up with 2 minutes. And a big hit along the wall there. Ooh. Evander Kane hits hard. He plays the game extremely physically. He doesn't care who you are. He'll hit anybody, everybody, all the time.
Edmonton's power play 0 for 14 over the last 6 games, which can be good and could be bad from a Jet standpoint.
Yeah, they haven't certainly gotten any momentum from that. A team that's as dynamic with the young talent that they have, they've been shut out 3 of their last 5 games.
Oilers control off the face-off. Hemsky tried to come cross-ice. James Wright breaks that up, and he'll lift it over Andrew Ference and get it all the way back down the ice. Andrew Ference over 24 minutes against St. Louis on Saturday. He led the Oilers in ice time. Ryan Smith, you know where he's going to park himself once the Oilers gain control. Smith in the corner on the loose puck, sends it back to the blue line, and there goes Smith to the front of the net. Gagner cross-ice slap shot, that goes wide, bounces around. Stewart batted it out of midair, and Michael Frolik will send it down the ice.
Edmonton's got to be happy that Jordan Eberle got up after that. He got his feet taken out from underneath him right in front of the net and went feet first into the boards.
David Perron for Taylor Hall, offside as the Oilers have moved their lines around a little bit, putting Perron on the line with Hall and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Watch in the middle of the ice there. Yeah, it was Mark Stewart. Yeah, he got a piece of him all right. He came over because he could see that there was an attempted pass. Smith wanted to hit Eberle, so he came over. Their feet hit, knocked the feet out from underneath Eberle, and he went hard into the boards, but he got right back up. But again, Hall on that last rush, he was offside, Dennis, but Hall's skating with too much speed. The Jets got to get closer to him.
Eberle has not scored in 6 games. Long floater in on Andre Pavlik, and with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on his doorstep, Pavlik is going to hang on to it.
Yeah, they're trying to rearrange the lines for the Oilers. They've got to get something going. They've been shut out to 3 of their last 5 games. There's Eberle. He's obviously fine. They want to get Sam Gagner going, too. Gagner hasn't been able to put up many points. Gagner playing in this game tonight for the first time without that face mask from the broken jaw that he had at the beginning of the year. So that should help him.
Face off to the right of Ondrej Pavlik. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back to the line for Justin Schultz for Taylor Hall. Plays it down low. Trouba got tied up. Puck at the side of the net. Without a stick is Toby Enstrom. Taylor Hall being watched on the loose puck. And a great play there by Brian Little to whip this down the ice. And that's going to allow Enstrom to get to the bench. And the Jets will make a change. 30 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. Vander Kane in the penalty box for tripping after it. Michael Frolik. Frolik dodged a check. Puck up the board. Stewart goes after it. Off his shin pads, but kept in at the line. Circling and looking for some room is Potter. Potter takes the return pass now from Perron. Nugent-Hopkins watched by James Wright. To the line for Schultz and now for David Perron, the former St. Louis Blue. Back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for Taylor Hall. Watched by Byfuglien to the front of the net. Power play is over. Flip through center. Here comes Kane. One shot on goal in the power play. And Ilya Bryzgalov makes the save off of Vander Kane. Another chance by Kane, and that went wide. Kept in at the line by Zach Bogosian. Down for Olli Jokinen and takes a look to see where Kane is going. Kane will come to the near corner after a loose puck. Frolik there as well. Now for Jokinen, and he got bumped to the line. It doesn't get to Bogosian before it's intercepted, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins looking for a change. Will send it ahead to Ryan Smith. Smith has it knocked off his stick, and there's another penalty coming up on the play as Ryan Smith retrieves his glove. And it's going to be Toby Enstrom that will go to the box. And Evander Kane with the best chance of the game for the Jets. Bryzgalov the save.
Job on the PK, and they're right back on the PK because of that. Toby Enstrom reaches in. He even took the glove right off of Smith's hand. That's pretty good. Look at this penalty kill. Watch Mark Stewart, number 5 on the left. Nugent-Hopkins with the puck is the dangerous guy. He's the one you got to shade toward. Now watch Byfuglien in front and Stewart. How they play Nugent-Hopkins. Byfuglien comes across. Stewart folds in behind him. Really well done. And then Frolik right in behind everybody else. He pitches it up the ice as Kane's coming out of the box. And Kane with that dynamic speed. That was almost a 2-goal swing. The Jets could have been scored against except for Frolik doing so well in front of the net, and then this close to that guy scoring the first goal of the game for the Jets, but no dice. Now they're back on the PK.
Claude Noel felt last night in Vancouver that they gave the Canucks momentum with the power plays in the opening period. The Canucks scored on the second one, and now for the second time in this period, the Jets have put themselves down a man.
7 minutes, 24 seconds.
Ferentz back for the Oilers as they regroup.
At 7:24.
Lead pass for Sam Gagner. He'll chip this in deep after a Jordan Eberle. To the blue line for Ferentz, and he'll go rink wide. Hemsky back for Ferentz. Back for Ales Hemsky. Slap shot, rebound, and Pavlik has it in the pads with Ryan Smith there banging away at a loose puck.
They're working the half wall this time with Hemsky. We saw it with Nugent-Hopkins in the highlight we just showed a moment ago. The guy on the half wall is the dangerous one. Less so in this case because it's a right-handed Hemsky. His stick is not in the middle of the ice. But you can't allow that guy to come off the half wall into the middle of the ice. You have to keep his stick to the outside and allow Pavlik to handle it like that.
Smith banging at what he thought was a loose puck. It really wasn't. Andrew Ferentz watched by James Wright. Ales Hemsky for Ryan Smith. Away from him. Smith jumps on the loose puck. And back for Hemsky. Back for Ryan Smith. Back for Hemsky. For Andrew Ferentz. Hemsky tees it up. Blocked by Mark Stewart. Ferentz to the goal line. And then Ferentz gets it back. He'll let it go. And that blisters wide. Eberle trying to track it down. He can't. On the loose puck, Sam Gagner back for Ferentz and now for Hemsky. Hemsky backdoor score! Jordan Eberle snaps his 6-game goalless drought. And a power play goal for the Edmonton Oilers, and they lead 1-0.
This is execution to a T. Ales Hemsky with the perfect pass. They get the puck to him all the time, and then Eberle will just set up right on the corner, in behind everybody on the Jets. The 4 defenders have to track where the puck is. Puck's on the left side of your screen, and look at that pass. Eberle is right there. He's tapping the stick for a second. Byfuglien is right-handed, so his stick is in the middle of the ice, and it should be. Well, when you have a slam-bang pass like that, there's nothing Pavlik can do.
So it's deja vu all over again for the Winnipeg Jets. They killed off the first one as they did last night and get scored on the second penalty that they take.
Thanks, Yogi.
Shots are 8-2 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. At center ice, Taylor Hall with some jump to his stride tonight. Drops to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Save made Ondrej Pavelec. And again, Ondrej Pavelec has been forced to make 3 or 4 outstanding saves in this opening period. Andrew Ladd tried to chip this back for Toby Enstrom. It ends up all the way back to the Jets' end of the ice. Enstrom gets run into the backboards by David Perron. Out at center for Brian Little. Too far for him. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will just play it back into his own zone.
Right now, the Jets just have to stop the bleeding a little bit. All the momentum and the confidence level of the guy in the blue jerseys.
Doing the flyby was Boyd Gordon, leaving it, but then it gets turned over inside the line. Ales Hemsky back for Ference. He'll turn it over to Party. Party down for Kane. That shot didn't get to the net. Kane is on the loose puck. Ference is trying to tie him up. Boyd Gordon trying to snap it around the boards. Hemsky is after it, and it's out to center ice for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith pulls up against the checking of Byfuglien. Adam Party is on it for Evander Kane. Kane turns it over to Ryan Smith, and he shot it over top the goal. Tape to tape, but it was to the wrong tape. Taken by Scheifele. Scheifele, a little bit of room. Scheifele in on Beloff, around Beloff, and tried to snap it, and Beloff got his stick back. Now turned over by Yakupov, but unable to control it was Devin Setoguchi. Nail Yakupov sends it in. After it goes Trouba. After him is Yakupov. Around the boards, Setoguchi leaves for Scheifele to the line, but not out. And then Lander couldn't do anything with it, and it's cleared back out to center ice. Yakupov overskated it. Thorburn ahead for Olli Jokinen. Jokinen the slap shot. Brizgal off the save. Thorburn on the loose puck. To Stewart the shot, and that changed directions and went wide. Setoguchi on the far side. Luke Gadzik is there for the Oilers. It ends up in behind the Oiler net. And it'll be cleared by Corey Potter for Yakupov. His cross-ice pass too far for Gadzik. Here comes Jokinen. Jokinen drops it back. Wrist shot. Score! Mark Stewart gets this one through Ilya Brizgalov, and the Jets have tied it.
Mark Stewart's the best player on the Jets right now. He's made several terrific plays in this game, standing up at the blue line and on the penalty kill. And he started this play by standing up in the neutral zone. He is not backing off. Look at Stewart making a play, standing up, not backing off, follows the play up, gets the drop pass from Olli Jokinen, and then the water's just parted. That's a bad goal for Brizgalov as he looks down between his pads and wonders how that hole developed, because you could see that Stewart was outside the face-off dots. There's no way that one should have gone in, but pure hard work sometimes deserves a goal, and Stewart got it.
Goal scored by number 5, Mark Stewart.
Second of the year for Mark Stewart. Olli Jokinen with the assist. I think they will give one to Devin Setoguchi after it gets reviewed, because Setoguchi was the one that chipped it up the boards. Enstrom clears this out the center. Back forward is Sam Gagner. Missed the first 13 games of the season because of injury. Schultz. Nick Schultz for Jesse Joensuu, and that got deflected away by Wheeler. At the line for Petrie, and that hit a leg in front, went off Enstrom and wide. Andrew Ladd. Jesse Joensuu comes over and gives Ladd a bump. 1-1 tie here in the opening period. Dennis Fayak, Brian Engblom, our TSN Jets crew wishing you the best of the season. Taylor Hall trying to get it to the front of the net. It ricochets off a leg and poked just wide. Another turnover in the Jets zone. Kane around Andrew Ference. Kane sharp angle. On the loose puck is Frolik to the line for Byfuglien. Byfuglien slap shot wide. Rebound. That side was wide open and Scheifele couldn't pick up that pass or the bounce off the backboards cleanly. Taylor Hall back for the Oilers. Bounces it to the front of the net. Byfuglien is there off the boards for Kane. Bounced away from him. Scheifele is on it. And now grabbed off by Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall in on Byfuglien. Shot by Hall and a glove save by Ondrej Pavelec. And Pavelec is going to hang on to it. 1-1 tie with 7 minutes. Jordan Eberle on the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. And Mark Stewart for the Winnipeg Jets. 1-1.
When he went to put it down, a little bit of luck there by Taylor Hall, and Party came across and saved the day. Real nice because Perron was open on the far side.
There's been a couple of nasty turnovers by the Jets. Ryan Smith had the terrific chance right before Mark Stewart tied the hockey game. Jokinen out to take the face-off along with Sam Gagner. Trouba knocks it loose for Thorburn. Thorburn got bumped. Going down on the play was Beloff, who was in from the defensive position. Olli Jokinen in the corner with Eberle. They both go down. Puck for Devin Setoguchi, ahead for Jokinen. And Jokinen's going to slide this down the boards into the Edmonton zone. Anton Beloff, the 27-year-old rookie, after the loose puck. It came out front. Devin Setoguchi couldn't get a stick on it. Back through center. And Mark Stewart comes across and steps into Gagner. Back for Hemsky. Hemsky for Ryan Smith. Left pad save. Ondrej Pavelec on a 3-on-2. Right back for Michael Frolik. Frolik around Beloff. Frolik gets tied up. Centers it. The pass just a little too far for Evander Kane. Hemsky back in against Zach Bogosian. Gives him a little howdy-do. Bogosian recovered enough to put Hemsky to the outside. And Ondrej Pavelec makes the save.
Ondrej Pavelec has made 4 or 5 absolutely terrific saves in this first period. Otherwise, Edmonton would be way up. On the rush again, great penetration. Smith going for that low shot off the far side. And then watch Hemsky, who is slick. Now, Bogosian is beaten on the original play, but look at Bogosian. It's pretty smart. There's an experienced young man. Grabs the arm just enough not to take a penalty, but doesn't allow Hemsky to get the inside track on him.
Edstrom up the boards. They have added an assist to Devin Setoguchi on the Jets goal. Coach Claude Noel said this morning he did not want a horse race. And this one may be a little bit of a horse race so far.
Yeah, I don't think he's happy. This is what he was warning the team about, really.
Bryzgalov leaves it for Andrew Ference. Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins for Andrew Ference. In across for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall puts on the brakes. Turns it over, but it's off the stick of Evander Kane. David Perron leaves for Taylor Hall. To the blue line. Slap shot. That whistled wide by Nick Schultz. Kane now sends this out to center ice. Frolik is after it. Chip back up the boards, and here comes Kane with a little bit of room for Scheifele. Back for Kane. He tried to go high, short side. And Ilya Bryzgalov got that right shoulder up high enough. So it stays 1-1, the second chance of the period for Evander Kane.
Evander Kane strong on his stick along the wall, knocks the puck out of the zone, and Justin Schultz's stick out of his hand. Schultz goes to the bench. Kane follows up the play. The reason he's able to get the puck back is because Schultz doesn't have a stick and isn't there. That leads to the whole setup on the chance here. Kane didn't have much room to work with. Probably if he had to do it over again, he probably would have gone right to the front of the net hard and tried to the jam on the backhand. But it was just him being strong on his stick inside his own zone and getting the better of Justin Schultz that made the difference in that play.
The Oilers' goal came on a power play. The Jets' goal came 5-on-5. Goals for and against 5-on-5. The Winnipeg Jets are a -4. The Edmonton Oilers are a -33. There's a lead pass, 2-on-1 Edmonton. Hemsky to the front of the net. And Petrie, the defenseman, up on the play, shot it wide. Another great scoring chance for the Edmonton Oilers. Petrie around the boards. Ladd takes that away. Ladd. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trying to get back to cover up in behind his own net after he turned that one over. And Ryan Smith, in his 19th NHL season, will send it in and head to the bench on the change. Byfuglien for Adam Pardy. Pardy gets pressured there by Sam Gagner. Gagner and Pardy in a battle behind the net. Jesse Joensuu is on the loose puck. Now for Eberle. Eberle tight turns. The former Regina Pat. Eberle to the blue line for Justin Schultz. Down for Jesse Joensuu. Joensuu, the former Islander, watched by Byfuglien. Justin Schultz is in from the line. For Eberle to the front of the net. Score! Sam Gagner.
Edmonton just quicker on the puck in this whole sequence. Dustin Byfuglien got caught a couple of times on this last shift alone, and he never really catches up. It was a pass to Pardy that Pardy wasn't really ready for when Pardy was actually covered. Byfuglien to Pardy that set this whole thing up. And then Dustin Byfuglien will just be behind the play the whole time. Byfuglien coming back to the front of the net just too late. Eberle with a nice pass in front. Sam Gagner on a moving pattern from the slot into the front of the net. And Byfuglien too slow to get there.
So Eberle with a goal and an assist in this game. This is going to be an icing call against the Winnipeg Jets. And chasing the puck and the horse race that Claude Noel didn't want has happened.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Edmonton's controlling this game. They're establishing what they want to. Coming fast through the neutral zone. They've had chances on the rush, and now the cycle. So they'll be happy with themselves here that they're accomplishing both. Look at Byfuglien. Byfuglien just trailing. He looks tired on this shift. Watch him come back from the corner to the front of the net. Doesn't get there more quickly enough. Yes, he doesn't get support from Peluso, who comes down late as well, too. But Byfuglien just never really caught up to the play there.
Ole Jokinen out for the face-off against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Jacob Trouba on the puck. That pass blocked. To the line it comes for Anton Belov. Belov will go cross ice. Corey Potter's shot. That went wide. Back around the board. Stewart takes a look. Thorburn is on after it. The far side. Corey Potter there first. Now it's up for Thorburn. Thorburn on the backhand. Tried to jam it up the wall. Could not. Perron. Back to the line to Belov. That slap shot went wide. On it is Taylor Hall. Back to the line for Belov. Jacob Trouba ties his man up. Oilers stay on it. And now Devin Setoguchi's on the loose puck. Ahead for Thorburn with Jokinen. Thorburn trying to cut in. And getting back was Corey Potter to knock it away from Chris Thorburn.
You can see how confident Edmonton is now. Potter came way across from the far side to pinch up at Winnipeg's blue line. Everything that Claude Noel was worried about in this game, Dennis, just as you said a moment ago, has really come to pass. He's not seeing the things that he wants. The Jets are allowing too much speed on the rush. Ryan Smith's had the puck a lot. Hall's had the puck. Eberle's had the puck. You don't want that. And now they've got their cycle going as well, too, on that last goal.
He said this morning we need to be harder on pucks and compete more than the Oilers. And so far that has not been the case. As the Oilers coming off that loss on Saturday, some anger in their game. Wheeler in on the forward check. Wheeler to the back boards with Nick Schultz. Brian Little trying to come up with a loose puck. Little has gone 3 games without a point. That's the first time that has happened to Brian Little this season. Icing called against Edmonton.
Andrew Ladd coming back with a little bit of fire after the Jets give up that second goal in the neutral zone. He had a big hit right along the wall. Ladd plays a physical game, and when he gets a chance, he certainly finishes his check. Ladd and Little, I thought, looked tired in the game last night. They don't have much gas. It seems like they want to get something going, obviously, in this game. Wheeler had more jump, I think, than those two guys did. Edmonton has called a timeout here.
They got caught with that line on the ice after the icing call. They needed a line change, can't get it. So Dallas Eakins is going to use the 32nd timeout here with 2:12 to go in the opening period.
And that's smart because it's the little things that have killed this team for sure. He doesn't want to give up a lead and a very good start on a period for his team by getting tired guys out there in a bad faceoff that the Jets might take advantage of.
Dallas Eakins said this morning, we have to have a response today after the game on Saturday.
Yeah, he was pretty angry too. I mean, they had a fan throw a jersey on the ice in the last game, near the end of the game when they were losing 6-0. He was not happy about that. He said he wanted a response about that all the way around, and he certainly has got it so far.
He said the fan that threw the jersey was a quitter, and that caused a rather quiet day to be a busy afternoon in Edmonton. We'll have more on that between periods 2 and 3. Ed Tate is going to discuss the events of earlier today here in Edmonton. Dustin Byfuglien back in his own zone. Byfuglien off the leg. Jesse Joensuu gives way to Evander Kane. Kane for Scheifele, away from him. After it goes Michael Frolik. Frolik trying to pull away from Jesse Joensuu. Frolik got bumped, gets the puck to Kane. Back to Trouba. The hard pass came off the boards. Kane trying to get it to Trouba. Trouba couldn't handle it. We'll have player changes for the Jets as the Oilers control. Justin Schultz, the long cross-ice dumping, looking for the carom off the corner boards. But Toby Enstrom, first one there. For Thorburn and on for Setaguchi. He'll stuff it through for Olli Jokinen. Jokinen and Jeff Petrie. To the corner boards they go. Centered for Enstrom, and Bryzgalov comes out and makes the save on the slap shot from Toby Enstrom.
Toby Enstrom was smart. Nobody was paying any attention to him, and Setaguchi gets him the puck. The Oilers are in a line change, so they're a little preoccupied with getting themselves back into position. Overloaded on one side, you can see Enstrom gets terrific penetration as Setaguchi steps out from behind the net and fed him.
Brian, you talked about Jordan Eberle off the top. This is his 11th multi-point game this season.
Smart guy. I mean, he knows where to go. Got great hockey sense. He's dependable at both ends of the ice, too.
CHL Player of the Year in 2010 when he was with the Regina Pats. Enstrom tried to get that to the front of the net. It got blocked. We're in the final minute. Taylor Hall, watched by Zach Bogosian. Hall looking for a little bit of room. Hall dangles through the neutral zone. Hall keeps on going, and then finally diving back to knock it away was Enstrom, and then it's brought back in by Nick Schultz offside.
This young man's really full of himself tonight. He has had the puck more than anybody else on the ice, bar none. Every shift he's been out there, they feed him because of his talent and because of his speed. And just that was single-handedly going through the neutral zone, and his teammates want to take a look. He got a bit of a good bounce there, but he stays with it and very nearly turns something into nothing. Well,
the crowd was disappointed with the result and the effort on Saturday. They loved the effort there from Taylor Hall. Jacob Trouba picks that off at center. Trouba cutting in the wrist shot. That's off a stick and wide. After it goes Blake Wheeler to the line for Andrew Ladd. Looked one way, sends it the opposite way, and able to hold it in was Blake Wheeler. Mark Stewart, the Jets goal getter in this game. Ahead for Brian Little, and in it goes. Schultz got bumped in behind the net. Sends it up the boards, and the Oilers in the dying seconds here just content to get rid of it out to center ice. And the first period is going to come to an end. The Edmonton Oilers outshot the Winnipeg Jets 14-7, and Brian outscored them 2-1.
Yeah, that was an Edmonton Oilers period, no doubt. The Jets, I think, are fortunate to get the one goal. It wasn't a great goal given up by Bryzgalov, although it was a terrific effort by Stewart. The couple of penalties they took earlier gave the Edmonton Oilers life and puck possession. Then their confidence level took over. Ryan Smith had the puck a lot, and as I said a moment ago, Taylor Hall, a dynamic first period. The Jets have to do something about him.
So the Jets make their way off the ice here at Rexall Place in Edmonton. And the Oilers with the 2-1 lead. Eberle and Gagne for the Edmonton Oilers. There's Mark Stewart's goal that tied it up. And then the Oilers coming back to take the 2-1 lead. 20 minutes done here in Edmonton. As the cold snap has left, Hopefully the warm spell is making its way towards Manitoba. There's a scoring summary in that first period. Jordan Eberle on the second power play of the period for the Oilers. His third power play goal of the year. 2 minutes and 40 seconds later, Mark Stewart with his second. And then Sam Gagner regains the lead for the Oilers, and the Oilers out shooting the Jets 14-7.
Jacob Trouba and Mark Stewart have formed a real nice pairing. I talked to Trouba this morning. He says, "Oh yeah, Stewie gets me ready to play," and he said it with a smile and a sort of a wink in his eye there, because Stewart is so intense. You go back to the game last night against Vancouver. This was the end of the second period. See how Trouba came across? That was a big block there. Stewart was ready. Stewart, number 5, had gone down and turned around, and he says to Trouba afterwards, "Hey, you stole my block." You know that Stewart is very proud of the shot blocking. It's one of the things that he sacrifices himself every game, night in, night out, not just on the penalty killing situation. And he did it again here in this game today. So it was kind of funny going back and forth. Trouba hurt himself a little bit, but he was able to shake it off. Mark Stewart with a tremendous first period. Over 7 minutes in that first period for Stewart. 2.5 minutes on the penalty kill. Trouba just under 6 minutes. And the Jets need more efforts like Stewart in this second period.
Stewart closing in on 60 block shots on the year. Look at that shot differential in the first period.
Yikes.
They outshot the Jets here 14-7. They outshot St. Louis on Saturday 14-5. It was after that Edmonton ran themselves into trouble as St. Louis outshot them 28-9 in the final 2 periods. They've been outshot in their last 5 games, Edmonton has. On the other side of it, the Jets have outshot the opposition in 7 of their last 8 games.
It's been a difficult stretch. It's been a difficult season for Dallas Eakins for sure. I mean, this team has a lot of young talent. Some of it probably is being forced into the league maybe a little more quickly than they need to, but no, those are the circumstances that you deal with, and they've really struggled defensively, and they have to try and keep it together here after losing it in the second and third period to St. Louis.
Go back to the start of the year, though. Dallas Eakins was the one that told us at the rookie camp in Penticton, we are no longer the young Oilers. We are the Edmonton Oilers. Young is out of the equation. But
they're still playing young.
Boyd Gordon off the boards to center. Ales Hemsky goes after it. Forced wide and has the puck taken away by Zach Bogosian. For Toby Enstrom. Ahead for Brian Little. Little with Ladden Wheeler. Little looking for someone to pass it to. Gets it back to Mark Stewart. Now to Wheeler and down to Little. Little has this get away from him. Jets trying to get a change in. And Evander Kane trying to barge his way to the net. Kane looks over at the official. This Christmas Eve, the holiday tradition continues with SportsCenter Year in Review, presented by PokerStars.net. Jen and Dutch count down the top 10 highlights, lowlights, sound bites, and sports stories from 2013. Tune in this Christmas Eve at 7 Central on TSN. At the line, Trouba the shot. That got deflected away. After it, Evander Kane. Kane sends it around the boards. Trouba in from the line. Frolik is on it. Frolik plays this down for Evander Kane. Kane in behind the net, trying to work his way away from Andrew Ference. Frolik is there as well. Kane is on the loose puck. Back for Trouba the shot. That one off Mark Scheifele to the corner. Ference pitches it around the boards for Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz through the middle for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He turns it over. Mark Stewart sends it back in. Scheifele fires. Brizgalov takes it off the left shoulder, and he hangs on.
This is Mark Stewart again. Mark Stewart faked like he was going to back up, and then he stopped about 8 feet inside the center red line and turned the puck over. It started to go back. Here it is. Nice little control play. Control the puck. Get it up and into the zone. Scheifele ends up with a nice move and throws it on net.
Jokinen out with Setaguchi and Thorburn. This is Chris Thorburns' 497th NHL game. For Andrew Ference, by the way, this is 799 NHL games for him. Anton Belov through the middle, intercepted by Thorburn. Plays it back down low. Corey Potter goes after it. Potter gets drilled in the corner on a good hit by Setaguchi. Adam Party jumps in from the line. Stolen now by Jokinen. Jokinen looking for a little bit of room. Leaves for Bufflin. And the slap shot just wide. Setaguchi may have got a piece of it. Setaguchi on the loose puck. Fires and he missed the net as he went glove side on Bryzgalov. Through the middle. Pin intercepted there by Adam Party. Party had trouble with the rolling puck and manages to get it back to the Edmonton line. Belloff snaps this ahead, picked off at center ice by Blake Wheeler. Wheeler carries back in. Wheeler forced wide by Anton Belloff. Plays it for Andrew Ladd. Ladd to the line for Toby Enstrom. Enstrom has a bit of a lane to the net. He gets hooked on the play by Ales Hemsky. Play goes on. Brian Little is after it. Back for Enstrom. For Wheeler. Trying to get away from Belloff. Belloff has been trying to get to the bench. On the line change, he's been out for some time now. Wheeler around Belloff for Brian Little. Belloff now pins Little to the backboards. Puck came to the front of the net. And Gagne just flips this into the Jet zone, and that's going to allow the Edmonton Oilers to get a line change. Around the boards, but Ryan Smith read that play. Finally taken by Enstrom. Ahead to Wheeler and on for Scheifele. Scheifele in on Nick Schultz, plays it around for Evander Kane. Kane to the front of the net, kicked away by Bryzgalov and up and out of play.
Well, the Jets have a different demeanor about them in this second period. Watch the job they do on the cycle and on the forecheck. That was Setaguchi, number 40, getting in, using the body. Jets keep it in. Jokinen keeps it in at the point. Nice control. Bufflin coming late, steams into one that just barely misses. And then again, right back on the puck. Setaguchi right out in the middle. That one's got to hit the net. If either one of those hits the net, they have a great chance at least a rebound there. Really good two shifts there. The one before that was good as well.
That last shift by Anton Belloff was 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Well, when you get cycled like that consecutively in your second period, your defenseman a long way from your bench, it's hard to get there.
He might be our ice time leader at the end of the second period on that shift alone.
Yeah.
Loaded out through center, and Nick Schultz will send it in. After it, Jacob Trouba, his first NHL goal came in this building. Pile up in behind the Edmonton net, and Scheifele's on the puck. For Evander Kane. Kane goes wide. Kane trying to cut around Andrew Ference. Ference stays with him. This is home for Andrew Ference, as he signed as an unrestricted free agent this past offseason. Mark Stewart's going to hold this in, try to get it to Frolik. It's got away from Frolik, and that allows the Oilers to carry in. Chance on that left side, and the puck bounced away from Taylor Hall. Evander Kane for Michael Frolik. Frolik as the Jets start to change. Frolik takes it deep, controls, sends it behind the net for Olli Jokinen. Jokinen back for Thorburn. Thorburn in on Justin Schultz, spills him. And the puck taken on that far side. Big hit at the line as trying to bust his way through for the Edmonton Oilers on that far side. And a big hit along the far side boards. Through the middle of the ice. To center no further. Back come the Oilers. Lead pass for Yakupov. Doesn't seem any worse for wear after that hit. Tried to duck it. And on the loose puck is Dustin Bufflin, and play whistle down.
I'm not sure what that's all about. I thought it was going to be too many men on the ice for a moment.
And it may... They had the penalty box door open.
Pavlik makes the save there on that last rush, and he gets a pretty good whack up the side of the head, too, from Nail Yakupov. It was a good recovery there by Thorburn, who got his stick in on Yakupov just in enough time to knock him onto a bad angle.
It is Jets, too many men on the ice.
It had to have been. I saw the reaction of one of the linesmen. I didn't pick it up and see from here that there were too many people on the ice. But you could tell by the linesman's reaction that they weren't blowing the whistle for no reason. So the Jets put themselves in trouble again here for penalty killing.
Third power play of the game for the Edmonton Oilers, and again the Jets have controlled this second period, and now the Oilers chance to build some momentum with the man advantage. Keep in mind the Oilers have given up 8 shorthanded goals against. That is the most in the National Hockey League.
Jacob Trouba's limping after blocking that shot by Nugent Hopkins.
Hopkins has it again, sends it down for Taylor Hall. Hall tried to slip that back to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and it ricochets out the center ice. Corey Potter in for Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall around Trouba to the front of the net. Brian Little got back to break it up, and this gets off the stick of Justin Schultz.
Trouba's trying to get off. He is going to get off now. That's why he couldn't turn on that last play.
Ales Hemsky watched by James Wright. Wright took it away, but then Hemsky got it back to the blue line for Justin Schultz. He can fire it, and now play whistle down. And is it too many men on the ice for Edmonton?
Yes, I think it's their turn this time. Bad line change.
Yep, Edmonton bench minor. Too many men on the ice.
Kyle Raymond, the referee making the call, went right over the Edmonton bench, and they take away some of their own thunder. They had puck possession inside the zone. Well, let's watch Jacob Trouba block this shot from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and he'll be limping on the play. Watch number 8 come out. Nice positioning here, and it hits him top of the foot, it looks like. You can see how much difficulty he's in. He can barely put any weight on it. He's probably starting to get a little feel. And then he tried to get off, but realized on the quick turnaround that he couldn't. Because he doesn't have the ability to turn very quick, you see how he's almost limping on the turn. Does a good job to at least force the play to the outside. And there's Ales Hemsky in the box to serve the penalty for the Oilers.
2 minutes for having 2 minutes.
So 4 on 4 for 55 seconds, and then barring any more penalties, the Jets will get their first power play of the game. 2-1 Oilers here in the second. Dennis Bayak, Brian Engblom, our TSN Jets crew in Edmonton. Up the boards for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler with Evander Kane, 2 on 2. Kane takes the drop pass on a rolling puck. Was still rolling. Kane trying to settle it down, could not. And Taylor Hall will chop it back to center ice. Quickly, Kane sends Wheeler in. Wheeler got spilled at the line by Andrew Ference. Some reaction from the Jets bench on that. Everly back in with Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien up with the puck. Byfuglien tried to come back against the traffic. Now does get it to Zach Bogosian, and Bogosian's going to skate it out. Ahead for Evander Kane and rink wide for Wheeler. Bogosian heads to the front of the net. Takes the pass in the corner. Tried to chip it around for Kane. Got knocked out of midair by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Around for Jordan Eberle. Out through center ice. And cleared in, and now the Jets on the power play. Bogosian with Ryan Smith after him. Jets power play has been good. 8 power play goals in the last 7 games. Here comes Jokinen. Jokinen trying to split the defense. Ladd leads it for Byfuglien. Save made, Brizgalov. Rebound. And onto the stick of Ryan Smith, and he clears this over the glass, and Ryan Smith is going to go to the penalty box.
I think this puck was rolling a little bit.
The same rolling puck that was giving both teams trouble.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to have to replace it. I'm glad it went in the bench. Something wrong with that puck. It wouldn't lay flat for anything. It must have been round on one side. Watch it bounce here. Smith wants to clear the puck out of the zone. That's like a golf shot on a moving target. And it clearly over the glass. Now 5 on 3 for the Jets.
7th time this year that the Winnipeg Jets will have a 5 on 3. They are 4 for 6 on the year. But there's not a lot of time left in that first penalty. Mark Scheifele plays it around the boards. Back for Evander Kane. Now for Byfuglien. Byfuglien for Renstrom. In front of the net for Kane as Jokinen tried to get it to him. Out of the penalty box now. After serving that minor penalty was Hemsky. Hemsky winding his way into the Jet zone. Plays it all the way back into his own end. And now it's hammered down the ice. Enstrom puts on the brakes against the checking of David Perron. Wheeler Ahead for Brian Little, and Little will attack the Edmonton zone around Ference. Edmonton to Bufflin, score! Andrew Ladd on the misfire by Dustin Bufflin. And Ladd snaps an 8-game goalless drought. And the Jets score on the power play to tie the game 2-2.
Brian Little really makes the play here. His change of speed on the attack was absolutely brilliant to give himself penetration. Watch him pick up speed here and just drive wide. Great stuff. And then he gets the puck right up the middle to Dustin Bufflin, who inadvertently makes a great pass to Andrew Ladd. Look at Little, creates all that time and room. Bufflin cleanly snapped his stick right in two. He wanted to hammer that one about 120 miles an hour at Bryzgalov. And Andrew Ladd with terrific concentration. A lot of times when you get a broken stick and it's a change of pace kind of shot, it kind of takes your attention away. Well, Ladd stayed right with it and deflected it in and up over the bar.
Plays like that. That's why Dustin Bufflin leads the Jets in assists. Just like he drew it up.
Yep.
So Andrew Ladd gets his 9th of the year.
And number 18, Brian Little.
And Brian Little, who had gone 3 games without a point, took care of that. Devin Setaguchi rifles it from the right side, and Bryzgalov is going to hang on to it. So a power play goal for the Winnipeg Jets ties this game up at 2.
Trouble getting scoring chances this last handful of games. He was in the right place there, and I really admire the fact the way he stuck with it. Let's go back to Little again on the rush. There's the change of speed that I was talking about on the puck possession. Ference didn't have much backward speed, and when an experienced guy like Brian Little sees that, that's when you turn the Jets on. Ference was at his mercy there. Little didn't have to put a move on him, just protect the puck, drive wide, and then watch them scramble to get back into position. They didn't. He was able to use that avenue right up the gut to get it to Dustin Bufflin, and the result was the back of the net for the Jets.
Good to see Jacob Trouba back on the ice after blocking that shot a few shifts ago, and out there with his defense partner Mark Stewart, who we've seen it a couple of times during this game, during breaks, is stretching that lower part of his body.
It's amazing sometimes when a guy is playing with an injury, playing hurt, Dennis, how well they play. Their focus is so good, and that's Stewart tonight.
Joensuu shot from the left side, save made by Ondrej Pavelec. It's been a quiet period for Ondrej Pavelec. That is the first shot on goal this period by the Edmonton Oilers. Shot from the line, there's the second one off the stick of Corey Potter, and a good save by Pavelec on that one.
It was. Jesse Joensuu on the drive, on the initial rush, had a lot of speed, and he gets the puck just outside the blue line. Different speeds and different depths are the hardest part of playing defense in the National Hockey League. Trouba and Stewart had to come together to handle Joensuu. I don't think they saw him early enough, and then by the time they converged on him, they just had to force him to the outside. The ensuing play afterwards forces the Jets really to scramble, and the goaltender Pavelec makes the save and snuffs out the play.
Stewart a goal, Bufflin an assist, so 2 points from the back end for the Winnipeg Jets in this game. In the season opener, they had 8 points from defensemen in that 5-4 win. Boy, there's one that Ondrej Pavelec had to react to quickly.
Off the face-off, controlling face-offs, that's always an important factor, and Edmonton's able to do that. They get it back to the point. Pavelec tracking the puck. Oh, and that redirection there, that was nasty. I think that was off Bogosian.
So the 3 penalties in this period, 2 were bench penalties for too many men on the ice, 1 team each. And then the penalty for delay of game to Ryan Smith as he put a rolling puck out of the playing surface. Edmonton on the season, 7 bench minors. That is most in the NHL. And the Jets tied for 4th with 5.
If you look at power plays around the league and what a difference. I mean, the Jets came into this game, Dennis, with 19 power play goals. You look at Washington, 35 power play goals. Pittsburgh, 33. Chicago, 31. Big gap there between 19 goals for the Jets and in the 30s for those top teams. That's a lot of victories.
Ference back in behind his own net. As the Oilers, Justin Schultz. Snaps this off the far side boards, but Mark Scheifele is there. Ahead for Evander Kane, and Kane with a good move finds a little bit of room. Kane going wide to the front of it, off the skate, and a big save by Ilya Bryzgalov. Great reaction with that right pad. Taylor Hall back for the Oilers. For Justin Schultz, the defenseman is in front. Big save, Ondrej Pavelec, as he robs David Perron.
Incredible save. Great saves at both ends of the ice, but Ondrej Pavelec wins it on that one off of David Perron. Perron coming in late. Scheifele's looking at the puck. Doesn't know Perron's behind, but Pavelec does. Goaltenders both a big factor on the last shift. Watch Evander Kane drive line and throw it to the front of the net. It'll go off of Ferentz's foot. Nice reaction save there by Bryzgalov, and then he gets help in front. Other end of the ice, the Jets get focused on the puck carrier, and Scheifele's in front of the net. When you have two guys already on the puck carrier, you have to turn around and look away from the puck. See who's open. Perron got robbed by Pavelec.
Jets with 20 power play goals on the season now, with that one here earlier this period. Dustin Byfuglien has been in on 14 of the 20. In behind the Jets net, Adam Pardy ties up Ales Hemsky, and charging in was Boyd Gordon, and that forces Ondrej Pavelec to make yet another save.
That's another big one too. You said early on, Pavelec wasn't tested at all. The Jets have done a real good job of keeping the puck in Edmonton zone. But well, look at Pavelec. He's straddling both posts, and then he comes out. That's the key. You have to come out and get close to those pucks that are sort of chopped at you on those quick plays from behind the net.
Face off to the left of Pavelec. Ondrej Pavelec is very composed and doesn't get too emotional, but you wonder sometimes if he doesn't feel like going into that dressing room at the end of a period and start breaking some goal sticks. In for Brian Little. Little puts on the brakes, sends it cross ice. Adam Pardy takes a look, was going to send it back to Wheeler, elects to send it down low. Little. Wheeler now makes his way into the slot. Little tried to get it to him. Ladd off the corner boards. This is going to be kept in at the line by Adam Pardy. Down for Blake Wheeler. Ladd fights his way to the front of the net, but the pass for Byfuglien was behind him, and Adam Pardy in a foot race with Ryan Smith. Smith goes cross ice, and Byfuglien comes sliding across to break it up. The pass to Byfuglien was just in behind him, where he was walking in on Ilya Bryzgalov. And it turned into a scoring chance for the Oilers. Luke Gadzik sends it low, goes in after Byfuglien. Byfuglien for Wheeler. Wheeler slides this down into the Edmonton zone, and Andrew Ference had this skip away from him. Big hit in the corner now by James Wright. Spinning off it though was Justin Schultz, and then he gives way to Anthony Peluso. Eric O'Dell is after it, and Eric O'Dell is going to get a penalty. Out at center ice, cleared by Trouba back into his own end, but play goes on. Trouba looked back at the referee, and now Eric O'Dell does touch it. It's going to be a high sticking penalty to O'Dell. Is this going to be 2, or is it going to be more?
Yeah, Ference was talking to the referee. Can't tell from here if he's bleeding or not. O'Dell's stick came up inadvertently. He was trying to lift Ference's stick, and we see that happen a lot. He inadvertently brought it right up under the chin. And it'll cost O'Dell 2 minutes in the penalty box. There's O'Dell going after Ference, and you could see this Ference's head snap back.
Fourth power play of the game for the Edmonton Oilers, and the third penalty in 4 games for Eric O'Dell. James Wright out to start the penalty kill. He'll take the face-off. In a 2-2 tie here in the second period. Busy night around the NHL. Vancouver, Montreal, the only teams not playing. Gagne wins the face-off, but it came outside the line, and Ference puts it back in, and Mark Stewart will send it back into the Edmonton zone.
The Jets penalty.
Alish Hemsky ahead for Sam Gagner. Gagner back for Hemsky and now back for Gagner. Slaps it around the boards for Jordan Eberle. Brian Little closes in on Eberle and a good read by Jacob Trouba, and he'll send it down the ice. Ferentz forced back. At center ice. Alish Hemsky takes the pass from Eberle. Tried to get it back to him, and that got intercepted, and Toby Enstrom will play it all the way back down the ice.
Jets penalty killing has been really good in this game, actually. They did give up that goal to Eberle, and it was a mistake for sure. But they've done a really good job of interchanging and staying on top of Edmonton for the most part, not giving them a lot of good looks.
Bogosian stands up at the line on Taylor Hall. That takes some guts to do that, the way Taylor Hall can fly, but Bogosian won that battle, and it's cleared back into the Edmonton zone. Justin Schultz got squeezed out, has to get the puck deep and does. After it is Trouba, and Trouba puts it off that far wall and down the ice.
Really nice play by Trouba. He just shrugged off the forecheck there by Perron, bumped him a little bit, stayed under control, kept the puck and shot it down.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the former Red Deer Rebel, plays it in behind the Jets net. Mark Stewart is after it. Stewart gets tied up by David Perron. Kane is down there, Trouba's down there, comes loose, but taken by Corey Potter. Potter cross ice, a little bit of interference in front of the net, and it's on and off the stick of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Kept in by Corey Potter to the front of the net, that got deflected away. At the line, Corey Potter trying to hold it in, does. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins went far side, missed the net. No shots on goal on that power play. Eric Odell into the Edmonton zone around Corey Potter. Odell back to Jokinen, and that shot hit Evander Kane in the hand. And Kane takes the glove off and takes a look at the left hand as he makes his way to the bench. Ryan Smith puts this to the front of the net, and Andre Pavlik is going to hang on to this, and we will have a stoppage in play. Both goalies have been terrific here in the second. It remains 2-2.
Again by the Jets. Watch Brian Little, number 18, in the middle of the ice. Justin Schultz makes one too many moves, just a little bit of a stick there, and then the partial block by Kane. Prior to that, there was a sequence that you read about. The Jets had the puck all over the place. Dustin Byfuglien moved in, the pass was behind him. Party comes across, makes a good effort, but then gets beaten on a really good move by Smith, and really extra effort by Dustin Byfuglien, who was just hauling it. So everybody covering up for themselves all the way along the line. Byfuglien, who did not have a very good first period, has had a much stronger second period. There's Evander Kane. He came off the ice on his last shift too, and it looked like he got a shot off his fingertips or something. His hand was bothering him.
Ole Jokinen shot it, and Evander Kane went to the bench looking for the man who shot my paw. It was his left hand that...
I saw that, Western.
And Kane appears to be okay, and Jokinen did go over and say whoops.
This episode of The Rifleman brought to you by...
In the corner, Jesse Owenssu, watched by Adam Party, taken by Devin Setoguchi. Setoguchi with an assist in this game. Byfuglien with an assist in this game. The lead pass for Thorburn, and that's off the stick of Petrie and into the bench.
Let's see if we can pick up exactly what happened to Evander Kane. Kane's down by the net, the bottom of your screen. Puck got deflected. Yeah, and it just kind of came up on him. You see that left hand go up right away.
Kane up and ready to go, and the Scheifele-Frolik line is up next. Party. And trying to get this deep. This deflects and ricochets over that shorter glass on the side here in Edmonton and up and out of play.
Well, as wild as the first period was, and I'm sure Claude Noel wasn't a big fan of it, his team didn't play very well, this second period has certainly been chopped up a lot of whistles, but it's actually in many ways been in their favor and helped get Edmonton under control.
When you see the way the Oilers can fly up and down the ice, you wonder how they've been shut out 6 times on the year and 4 times in this building. What's interesting about the shutouts at home, they've been shut out 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, and 6-0. Eberle. Watched by Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien rides him out. Ole Jokinen. Ahead for Setaguchi and on for Thorburn and into the Edmonton zone. Jets make a line change and Justin Schultz is back for it. Kane, Frolik, Scheifele. Scheifele riding the 6-game point streak for the Jets. That is the longest point streak any Jet has had this year. Toby Enstrom started the year with 2 points in this building in the opener and then had a 5-game point streak. Michael Frolik on the backhand, sharp angle, and Ilya Bryzgalov will make the save and hold it. 2014 IIHF World Junior Championship gets underway Thursday on TSN. The holiday tradition continues as Canada starts the tournament against Germany. Live coverage from Malmo, Sweden gets underway 6 a.m. Central on TSN and TSN Radio. TSN 1290 in Winnipeg will carry a lot of those games from Sweden. What a tournament. Oilers, Taylor Hall, center, score! David Perron, who was robbed by Ondrej Pavelec earlier this period, buries that one. And the newly formed Oiler line connects to give them the lead on Perron's 15th of the year.
What goes around comes around, I guess, for Perron. He was robbed, and this one is basically a free one again. Coming out of the zone, Taylor Hall gets it to the wing, and they just get it deep. But then the Jets just kind of get a little bit sleepy about their coverage. There's Hall. You got 3 guys facing him again. Perron just delayed on the other side of the ice. Nobody looked around, and when the puck gets by the 3 players of the Jets that are in front, there's no chance for Pavelec to react on that one.
His 15th of the season.
So the Oilers, who have never trailed in this game, have a 3-2 lead. Petrie puts it back into the Jet zone. Jacob Trouba around for Wheeler. Stewart hunts this down for the Jets, over for Jacob Trouba. Ryan Smith is after Trouba. Trouba to center ice, that's as far as he gets. Ryan Smith takes it. Smith trying to get this through for Ales Hemsky, and Ondrej Pavelec is going to get the big bid on that, and he will hang on to it.
Let's take a look again and see what happened on this goal. The penetration by Edmonton. The Jets have lots of guys back. Everybody is in on the puck. And see Perron, top of your screen, he just lingers in the corner for a half a beat. So he's behind everyone, and the Jets are so focused on trying to make sure that Hall doesn't walk out from behind the net that Perron is able to get a free one in front. He's a happy man.
He had gone 5 games without a goal. Setaguchi fires off the leg of Anton Belloc. Jokinen gets taken into the Edmonton net. Net is off the peg. Play allowed to continue, and Bryzgalov is going to try and put it back on the peg, and now finally play whistled down. And
I think they realized that the peg was sort of bent and he couldn't get it done. He thought maybe he could just slide the net back on, and he couldn't. It was Jokinen, I believe, who had gotten pushed into the net, and that's what had initially knocked it off. They were going to allow the play to go on as long as possible, and they did.
Bryzgalov played 4 after he signed, then he got hurt, was out 6, and tonight starts 4 of the last 5 games that he has started.
There's Jokinen getting knocked in. You can see the net's clearly off. Edmonton has the puck, and they're going up the ice, and the Edmonton bench was a little upset about it. Bryzgalov's trying to do it, but the Marsh peg, which is made of sort of a plastic, seemed to bent in half, and he couldn't get it back down in the hole it was supposed to be.
Bufflin ahead for Michael Frolik. David Perron trying to hold it and get it back in Kent, and here comes Evander Kane. Scheifele gets dumped on the far side. Kane a long wrist shot, and that is deflected by the goal stick of Bryzgalov into the netting in the Edmonton zone.
Yeah, Perron and Scheifele had a pretty good collision there right in front of the penalty box. Scheifele seemed to slip it a little bit. He ducked it, I think. He's all right on the play. There's Scheifele coming up the ice. Oh, Perron actually fell. He got tripped up and fell into Scheifele.
Scheifele to take the face off. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins comes up with it, snaps it off the glass. And Adam Pardy for Dustin Byfuglien, and quickly ahead for Evander Kane. Kane at the line, and Scheifele and Frolik both went charging in, but the puck hadn't crossed the line yet. Good job defensively there by Taylor Hall to knock that out of midair. The center no further. Byfuglien ahead for Michael Frolik. Frolik puts on the brakes, gets it for Scheifele. He tried to bust through, that got knocked away, and here comes Taylor Hall with David Perron. Back for Hall, drops it back for Schultz, and a big save by Ondrej Pavelec off of Justin Schultz, who is not at all hesitant to join the rush. Enstrom starts back for the Jets, puts on the brakes against the checking of Ryan Smith. NHL game 1227 for Ryan Smith. Turned over at the line. Alex Hemsky, though, couldn't do anything with it. Back out to center, and Nick Schultz will send this in. Enstrom deflects it off the boards for Andrew Ladd. Ahead to Blake Wheeler. Wheeler trying to work it around the long reach of Petrie. Wheeler and Petrie go to the backboards. Wheeler stays on the puck, and Petrie comes up with it. Sends it ahead for Ryan Smith. Smith twisting and turning to get away from Brian Little. On the backhand, Boyd Gordon will send it in, and the Oilers will make another line change with under 30 to go here in the second period. Again, off the stick of Ladd, back for Gagne, cross ice. Jesse Owenssu blasted it wide. Wheeler to center ice, sends it in, heads to the bench on the change, and Brizgalov will play it into the corner for Andrew Ference. Ference takes a look up at the clock, gets it for Justin Schultz. Schultz will send it ahead for Jesse Owenssu on the right side for Eberle, and time is going to run out here in the second period.
Jets with a better second period, for sure. They were involved in the play. They set the tone early on. The first 10 minutes in particular, Edmonton recovered themselves in the second half of that second period, and because of that, with a goal that Perron probably deserved earlier on. 2 chances for Perron. He scored on the second one, and the Jets have to dig themselves out of a 3-2 hole in the third.
10-7 the shots in the second period in favor of Evander Kane and the Winnipeg Jets. Kane took a puck off the hand in that second period. Appears to be okay. Devin Setoguchi with a good hit. So 40 minutes done here at Rexall Place, and the Edmonton Oilers with a 3-2 lead on the Winnipeg Jets. Ladd tied it up, but the Oilers came back to take the lead. Safeway $1 million score and win. Grand prize winner will receive a week of unlimited luxury at Dreams Resorts, courtesy of redtag.ca. Tonight's grand prize winner, Janet Brewski of East St. Paul. Congratulations, Janet. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner. Edmonton Oilers making their way onto the ice here in Rexall Place. They have a 1-goal lead on the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg Jets have been involved in 22 one-goal games as they make their way onto the ice. Scoring summary from that second period. Andrew Ladd, his 9th. That one was on a power play. Byfuglien and Little, and then David Perron from Hall and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The shots 10-7 Jets in that second.
Been an interesting game for Ondrej Pavelec as well, too. He was under siege and had some incredible chances against him in the first period, made some brilliant saves. Otherwise, this game could have been virtually out of reach in Edmonton's favor. And then in the second period to start it, first 10 minutes he had virtually nothing. So the Jets had clamped down. They'd done a better job. They certainly were spending a lot more time in Edmonton's zone. Then Edmonton comes back with some late pressure in that second. And of course the Perron goal puts Edmonton up by 1 goal in this third period. So the Jets need to get the puck deep again and make Edmonton spend time inside their own zone. That's where they're weak.
Claude Noel felt getting on their D. He agrees with you. That is where you can maybe get the Oilers to get themselves in trouble. Little, Ladd, Wheeler will start up front with Bogosian and Enstrom. Ales Hemsky As this is cleared back as Hemsky couldn't stop it. Brian Little goes after it. Little for Wheeler. Back for Little. After it goes Nick Schultz. Wheeler's after him. Little gets this for Andrew Ladd. Ladd spins it back for Brian Little. Back to the line for Enstrom. The slap shot wide. Bogosian goes in. Little goes to Ladd backs Bogosian up. Bogosian down for Little. Wraparound try by Wheeler. He almost had Bryzgalov going the other way. Ladd. Back for Brian Little. Little spins it for Blake Wheeler. Off the backboards, watched by Nick Schultz. Now Little for Ladd. Zach Bogosian jumps in. Bogosian tried to get that to the front of the net. That got blocked by Ryan Smith. And finally, the Oilers will get it to center, but no further. Right back in for Devin Setoguchi. Hemsky's lost his stick. Bryzgalov the save, the rebound. Bogosian tried to get it out front. Jokinen in on the forecheck, may have got away with a bit of a hook. And now a lead pass is too far for Perron. Andre Pavlik plays it away. Taylor Hall tried to get it back to the line. Andrew Ference sends it back deep. Oilers have to clear the zone, and they do. Trouba. Lead pass too far for Eric O'Dell. So Eric O'Dell now on this line with Olli Jokinen and Devin Setoguchi. We saw that a little bit last night in the game in Vancouver when the Jets were down a goal.
The Little line really set the tone in this third period, which is what they needed to do. They got the puck deep and they started cycling. Putting the puck in the right place at the right time is very important. And then Wheeler cuts back and tries to catch Bryzgalov moving off that near side post. Good quick feet and intensity by Blake Wheeler.
Boys, you look at ice times after 40 minutes. Nail Yakupov, 3 minutes and 4 seconds of ice time for the Oilers.
And he's a fourth liner.
1 goal in his last 15 games for Yakupov. It's been a tough goal this season. Scheifele, riding that 6-game point streak, has been held off the score sheet so far tonight. Dustin Byfuglien for Adam Pardy. And back for Byfuglien. In on the forecheck is Eberle. Kane puts it to the middle of the ice. No one there. And Andrew Ference will swing it cross ice. Justin Schultz up on the right side. That gets to the Jets line no further. Hit the linesman. And Byfuglien. Now Byfuglien tripped on the play, and the Jets are going to get a power play as Jesse Joensuu will go for tripping Dustin Byfuglien, who's getting up somewhat slowly.
Buff is so good in tight quarters. We say that every game. When there's players around him, he never panics. And because of that, he draws obviously a lot of attention. And Joensuu reached in there and took the feet out from underneath Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien uses his size to advantage. You can see the blade of the stick slip right underneath the skate blade of Byfuglien. There was nowhere to go but down on that. Good call by the referee.
Third power play of the game for the Winnipeg Jets. They are 1 for 2. 4 times this season, the Jets have had 2 power play goals in a game.
2 minutes for tripping.
Little.
The time, 2 minutes.
For Toby Enstrom, fires, that got blocked, comes right back to him. Byfuglien drills it wide, off the boards, and unable to get a stick on it. Ladd or Jokinen. Jokinen controls, back for Toby Enstrom. Quickly for Byfuglien and quickly for Jokinen. Back for Enstrom. Enstrom back to Byfuglien. Shot wide. Jokinen. And that got blocked by Nick Schultz. Little for Jokinen. Back for Ladd into Byfuglien. And Byfuglien misfired on the shot. Possible odd man rush. Brian Little hustling back. Cross ice to Ryan Smith. And it went off the end of his stick. Dustin Byfuglien has now gone 14 games without a goal. Ladd for Jokinen. Away from him, but Little is on it. Brian Little, tight turns. Little trying to get it back to the line. Put it right onto the stick of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Back for it, Toby Enstrom. With some speed, has Kane with him. Kane chips it deep and goes after it with Andrew Ference. Around for Wheeler, he'll let it go to Trouba. Trouba back to Wheeler. Wheeler fires off the crossbar. Kept in by Trouba, but only briefly. What a wrist shot by Blake Wheeler and off the pipe. 25 seconds left. in the power play. Oilers up by 1. Wheeler away from David Perron. Wheeler trying to cut around Jordan Eberle. Couldn't. On the loose puck is Scheifele. Scheifele back for Wheeler. Wheeler looking for Kane. Kane in front, and that rattled off a leg. Jeff Petrie clears it ahead for Eberle. Eberle into the slot looking to get it to that backhand. He lost control of it. David Perron is on it. So no shots on that power play. Score! Jeff Petrie stayed in the Jets' end of the ice and gets rewarded. And the Oilers are up 4-2.
This is a 2-goal swing. We're going to go back to the Wheeler goalpost. What a shot by Blake Wheeler. He'll just unload it. It'll hit the goalpost right over the shoulder of Bryzgalov. That would have made it a tie game. There's Bryzgalov going, thank you very much, goalpost. And then down at the other end of the ice, back comes the Oilers. Good puck control and patience in traffic. And then Petrie coming late on the backside is going to get a chance at it and put it in. There's no way that Pavlik can make the save.
And another case of, Brian, what you talked about at the end of the second period.
You have to look behind you.
After it is Frolik to the line. Byfuglien rattled that one wide. So Perron and Yakupov with the assists. So Yakupov making the most of not a lot of time. Back at the line for Byfuglien. Byfuglien looking for traffic to get to the front of the net. Dishes off to Frolik. Had Odell down low. That got off the backboards and taken by Setoguchi. Setoguchi now in the high slot. Got tied up and knocked down. Adam Party for Byfuglien. Byfuglien trying to drive it to the front of the net. Byfuglien stays on it. Plays it behind for Michael Frolik. Frolik trying to work it out front. Byfuglien hits to the front of the goal. Jets now starting to get a change in. Frolik, Byfuglien on the redirect, and Bryzgalov may have got a piece of that. And now lifted ahead for Taylor Hall. Hall gets bumped and knocked off stride there by Adam Party. 4-2 Oilers. And offside called as Blake Wheeler with a head of steam ahead of the play on that left side.
Adam Party with some really slick stick handling here in a dicey situation, faking that he's going to give it to Buff, cuts back into the middle, gets it over to Byfuglien, and then backs Byfuglien up. Buff goes to the front of the net later. The total eclipse in front, he gets a piece of it. Somehow it gets through Bryzgalov, but doesn't go to the back of net. Byfuglien just has bad luck the last several games.
Well, he had that hot run. He had 5 goals in 4 games, 6 goals in 6 games. And now has gone 14 without. Whoa, there's one that came off the backboards and almost went off Ondrej Pavlik and in. Enstrom. Pavlik without a goal stick. As he gets a stick from Zach Bogosian. Now finally does get his goal stick back. Tosses Bogosian's away. Enstrom ties up Ryan Smith, and now a penalty coming to Mark Stewart as he gets aggressive in behind the Jets net on Sam Gagner.
These are the calls when you're a defenseman. It just makes you angry. And Stewart, I think, comes over and has a word with Gagner saying, hey, you got the referee's attention on that one. I didn't even hit you that hard. How are you supposed to make those plays?
So it'll be the 5th power play of the night for the Edmonton Oilers as Stewart will go to the box.
Stewart in the penalty box. He pleaded his case, but of course he's not going to win it. Prior to that, watch this shot off the end wall. A huge rebound, and Pavlik was out of the net. It hit the backside of his right leg and very nearly went in. And he lost his stick in the ensuing play. Oh, that was fortunate because it hit the backside of his left leg, and he knows it. After that, with no stick, Zach Bogosian does the right thing. Got to have a stick. Then the Jets were able to get control of it. Uses one stick to get the other, and we're back in business.
5th power play of the game for the Edmonton Oilers. They came into this game on a 0-14 run over the last 6 games. They do have a power play goal in this game.
The Winnipeg
Talked about their
penalty,
6-game
number
losing
5,
streak. They were
Mark
outscored 24-6 over those 6
Time,
games.
6 minutes, 36 seconds.
They've got 4 in this game. Gagne tried to make it 5, but he missed the short side. Eberle. Back for Gagne. Hemsky plays it for Ference. And it bounced off his stick, and Ference has to backtrack. Ahead for Eberle. Eberle for Ales Hemsky. He tried to dance Toby Enstrom. Nothing doing there. And Enstrom will send it down the ice. Andrew Ladd in on the forecheck and down by a couple. Despite the fact they're shorthanded, the Jets know that the Edmonton Oilers have given up 8 goals this season when they've had the power play. Smith looking for Eberle. Brian Little breaks it up. Round the boards. Hemsky back to the blue line. Justin Schultz the shot. That went off a body in front and wide. Eberle. Gagne. Eberle. Schultz. Quickly on him was Little. Hemsky. Ryan Smith, the only left-handed shot on this power play. Didn't know where it was, and it gets cleared all the way down the ice. Justin Schultz back to wind it up. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, David Perron, and Taylor Hall. Now on the ice for the Oilers. Corey Potter is the other defenseman. Schultz stays out. They jam it up, and the referee trying to get them to play it. Seconds tick off the clock. Jets shorthanded, and now Trouba gets wrapped up and hauled down in his own end. Enstrom lost his footing, gets it back to Jacob Trouba. Knocked into midair by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hall scores!
Some really good luck on the side of the Edmonton Oilers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins knocked that puck right out of the air. Trouba had the right idea, but you have to have the execution. Toby Enstrom falls down. Second effort gets it to Trouba. Trouba took a look ahead of time, wanted to go up the middle with it, but he didn't get it up the middle enough, certainly. But Nugent-Hopkins knocked it down with the shaft of his stick, right in the middle, and at that point, they're dead in the water. Hall just gets open. Watch 93. Look at, I mean, you just take a wave at it, and if you get it, great. Well, it was great, not for the Jets, but yes, for Edmonton.
So the Oilers, who were having trouble with their offense, have it going in high gear tonight. Wheeler tried to send that across. Ryan Smith is back forward in his own zone. 5-2 Edmonton, as they have added 2 here in this third period. Boyd Gordon gets taken to the backboards. One of the best face-off men in the National Hockey League is Boyd Gordon, the former Red Deer Rebel, won a Memorial Cup with the Rebels back in 2001. Brent Sutter, who was coaching the Canadian junior team, was the coach of that squad.
And you know, Craig McTavish would have a great appreciation for that. The terrific face-off man himself as a player.
Setaguchi behind the net looking for Thorburn. He got tied up with Andrew Ference. And the puck out to center. Trouba breaks it up. And it's cleared in. And we'll have line changes for both teams. Stewart back for Jacob Trouba. Ahead for Devin Setaguchi. He got knocked down at the line by Jordan Eberle. Justin Schultz to center ice, and he'll snap this in. Round the boards, Trouba. Plays it back for Brian Little. Oilers pour in after it. As the Oilers, their coach wanted to see a response after their 6-0 loss on Saturday. And I think Dallas Eakins and Craig McTavish, and more importantly, the Oiler fans, will be very happy with what they've seen from their team tonight. Joensuu in front of the net. That got blocked. Chance there for Gagne. Kept in by Corey Potter. Stewart ahead for Ladd. Back for Michael Frolik. And now cross ice for Jacob Trouba. Ahead for Frolik. On for Ladd. Ladd gets stopped at the line. Toby Enstrom hustling back. Clears it up the boards. Oilers Taylor Hall. Tried to get it down to David Perron. And on the back check, Michael Frolik takes it away. Nick Schultz for Petrie. Ahead for Taylor Hall. Watched by Toby Enstrom. Down low for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Oilers control. Petrie at the line for Nick Schultz. Looks for a lane. Fires. That hit either Taylor Hall or Toby Enstrom in front of the net. Back for Blake Wheeler. Looking for Scheifele. Scheifele tried to get that to the front of the net for Wheeler. Wheeler is after it. Wheeler tried to get it for Kane. That got blocked, and Ryan Smith will start back for the Oilers with Kane after him. Chipped off the glass and in. Adam Pardy stays with Ryan Smith. David Perron tried to get it to the front of the net. Stopped by Scheifele. Oilers stay on it. Ryan Smith for Boyd Gordon. Gordon gets bumped there by Adam Pardy. Mark Scheifele is on the loose puck and plays it to the near corner for Byfuglien. Byfuglien bounces this, looking for Evander Kane. Knocked away by Schultz. In for Hemsky. That shot is off the heel of the stick and wide. Party for Setaguchi. Under 8 to go here in the third. 5-2 Edmonton as they look to snap a 6-game winless streak. In the slot, Jokinen gets it for Stewart. The shot. Stewart with a goal in this game was looking high blocker. And a save by Ilya Bryzgalov. Just over 7.5 to go. Taylor Hall with his 14th of the year makes it 5-2.
The Oilers, that's given him a big gap. Let's go back and take a look at it and see what happened. Jacob Trouba has the right idea. There's Enstrom in the corner. Trouba, number 8, comes down to the end wall. Now he gets the puck. See, he'd already looked up. See, there's an alleyway there. There's lots of room. He has the right idea. He wants to go up the middle. Go ahead and roll it, but he doesn't execute it properly. It's still airborne, and yeah, that's pretty lucky. I know it's great eye-hand coordination and everything. Trouba should have had a better angle up the middle. Go back to Tim Horton's game plan. Don't forget to defend. The Jets have forgotten a couple of times, and it's hurt them. And the Oilers, steady as she goes. They'd had a good first period against St. Louis, and it really fell apart. It was a train wreck in the second and third. They've been pretty steady in this game.
In the 2 games against the Jets, the Oilers have now had 10 power plays, and they have scored 4 times. They have a couple of power play goals in this game tonight. Trouba gets tripped up in his own end. Play goes on, and it's to the near side boards for Anthony Peluso. Stopped by Yakupov, and Yakupov got buried there by Mark Stewart, and now Gadzik goes after Mark Stewart after the hit on Nail Yakupov. And Gadzik is a heavyweight and drops Mark Stewart.
Spontaneous combustion there. Stewart's been involved this entire game, and you know Stewart always plays the man. Gadzik turned around and got right in his face right away.
Gadzik 6'3", 240 pounds. And drops the gloves a lot more often than Mark Stewart does.
Stewart along the wall, comes in, finishes his check, just really uses some force. There's nothing wrong with that hit. Gadzik looked at it, didn't like it, wants to make an impression. Understandable, that's what he's supposed to do. And he makes his impression on Mark Stewart.
So 5 each for fighting for Gadzik and Stewart. Dallas Eakins much happier with his club's effort in this game tonight. Minor, extra minor by the looks of it going to Gadzik.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's the one that started the whole situation. He deserved an extra 2.
So the Jets on the power play. Enstrom. Back for Dustin Byfuglien. For Jokinen. Jokinen, Jets down by 3. Drops it for Jokinen.
12 minutes, 56 seconds.
Back to the line for Byfuglien. Byfuglien will play it for Enstrom. Ryan Smith picks up the chase on Enstrom. Back to Byfuglien, slap shot, whistled it wide. Bufflin hustles over and keeps it in the Edmonton zone. Jeff Petrie stops that in behind the Oiler net. And Jeff Petrie will send the Jets back.
Boy, a lot of Bufflin shots have missed the net tonight.
Perhaps when you go 14 games without a goal, instead of just getting it on net, you're trying to fine-tune that shot. Ference with Scheifele after him. Bufflin's going to hold this at the line. For Wheeler, beyond his reach. And Andrew Ference plays it around the boards, but Enstrom reads the play and tracks down the loose puck. Now to Bufflin. Traffic in front. Bufflin puts it there. That goes off a body and ricochets to the near side boards. And the Oilers jump on that loose puck. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will send it all the way down the ice. Fifth time this season that the high-scoring Oilers have hit the 5-goal mark. It's been an interesting season for them. We talked about the fact they've been shut out 6 times, and that's the surprising part when you see what their offense can do. Evander Kane will leave it for Wheeler. Jets in danger of going 0-5-1 on the season in back-to-backs. In the slot for Kane. 3 goals in the last 4 games for Kane, and that one went off a stick and high. Power play over. And the puck taken by Zach Bogosian.
Kane just couldn't settle that one down. It was a good pass. Wheeler had set him up like he did in the game last night against Vancouver. Kane just couldn't handle it.
So the face-off back into the Jets zone on the icing call. No shots on that power play for the Jets.
They've lost a lot of their zip, a lot of their momentum. When you're down 3 goals and it's the second game of back-to-back nights, you can see the wear and tear mentally and physically on the core players of the Jets.
Ryan Little a point in this game, giving him 24 in the last 27 games. Zach Bogosian, 3rd game back after coming off injury. And he's forced back by Taylor Hall. Trouba. Plays give and go. Trouba finds a little bit of room, carries in. Trouba trying to go around Belloff. And Belloff got the shoulder into Trouba and knocked him into the backboards. Cross the line for Devin Setoguchi. Trouba now goes in, and Trouba lays the body on Sam Gagner. At the line for Belloff. Belloff down for Gagner, and that cross-ice pass ends up off a stick and out of play. 5-2 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. 4:10 to go.
Jacob Trouba had an interesting last shift. He was not a happy man at the end of it, I can tell you that. Trying to get something going offensively up on the play, and Belloff tweaks him around. He goes into the boards hard. Hesitated for a second in getting up, but then worked his way all the way back in the zone, and he wanted a piece of somebody. And that guy was Sam Gagner, the first puck carrier with Edmonton that he could get a piece of.
Jets on TSN continues Friday back home at the MTS Center against the Minnesota Wild. Live coverage begins at 6:30 Central here on TSN Jets. 4:10 left to go. Jacob Trouba, the 9th overall pick in 2012. Last year at this time in Ufa, Russia, where he was named the tournament's top defenseman. Nail Yakupov was at that tournament as well. Yakupov on the puck. Gives way to Thorburn. Thorburn tried to float this through center ice. And it bounces into the Edmonton zone. On behalf of all of us here at TSN Jets, we wish you a safe and happy holiday season. There's a turnover, and here comes Taylor Hall with Nail Yakupov. Yakupov scores! Nail Yakupov, and now Dustin Bufflin is at it with Yakupov. Ference is at it with Thorburn. And it's 6-2 Oilers. And a 2-point period for Yakupov.
Frustration from Dustin Bufflin, and it continues on here at a couple of different levels. They're escorting Buff over towards the penalty box, it looks like, and Thorburn may be headed in that direction as well. But Taylor Hall, this was all about getting a point for Nail Yakupov. You have to admire that because Hall had lots of speed. Thorburn is being escorted off the ice, so Thorburn is gone. Byfuglien is in the penalty box. Byfuglien got caught up on the play in the offensive zone trying to make something happen, and it gave an outnumbered attack to the Edmonton Oilers. Buffalo can't handle the play. Yakupov to Hall, and look at Hall. Hall just waiting for the situation to develop. When Party comes over, he leaves the front of the net. Yakupov, who has really struggled this year to get any goals, does a nice job of controlling the puck, and then gets a two-handed chop from Byfuglien. That's what Yakupov rather was upset about. Watch this afterwards. Gives him a little chop across the back of the leg there. Yakupov puts the brakes on, and it ensues from there.
So the season series will be 1-1 after the Jets won here 5-4 to open the season, and they'll meet January 18th, a Saturday afternoon game at MTS. And now right off the faceoff, Andrew Ladd is at it on the far side with Yakupov, and the gloves are off. Zach Bogosian is in the middle of it.
He's got two guys by the scruff of the neck. Bogosian does, two of them.
It started with Yakupov and Ladd.
And Ladd took a jab at Yakupov. I didn't see if Yakupov said something or did something.
Jets are down a man. The Jets are short-handed.
That's why Bogosian took two.
Yes.
That was pretty interesting. It shows you how strong Bogosian is. I think he had both Justin Schultz and Andrew Ference, and now Bogosian's gone.
So they send some players to the penalty box.
This is right off the faceoff. Bogosian's now gone. 3:44 to go in the game. Bogosian's gone. Thorburns gone.
Well, this will be in response to Gadzik going after Mark Stewart.
And Gadzik, you can see he's got a few words. He's still in the penalty box. Oh, somebody just rifled the glove. Dustin Byfuglien just rifled a glove or something over top of the timekeepers and into the other bench.
So Byfuglien and Gadzik are the two right now that would like to get at each other. Brian Little, they escorted him to the penalty box.
He was one upset human too when he got in there. Brian Little was. They never even got the puck drop. It started on the Jets' left wing side with Ladd. Right side of the screen. Watch something get thrown. It's Dustin Byfuglien. I don't know what he. Oh, it's a water bottle. There it is. He throws a water bottle across into the Jets bench. Into the Oilers bench. So everything a little out of control. It was almost comical to watch Bogosian, though, grab two guys by the scruff of the neck and not let them go because he knew his team was outnumbered. There's left side of your screen. There's the conversation. And Ladd gives him a couple of jabs, all right. Bogosian wasn't going to take anything. Now, see, look at Bogosian. Two guys right there. And then Brian Little's trying to get a piece of Yakupov as well, too. They wrestle a little bit while Bogosian is taking care of the two defensemen. Anton Lander and Enstrom are away from the play.
It helps that Mike Civic is about 6'12", the linesman.
Yeah. Well, we won't find out what the conversation was with Andrew Ladd. He's not going to tell us, but you can tell there was, whether he started it, he ended it, and he gave him a shot. Got one back, and then he jabbed him with the stick. All in the spirit of giving.
Yes. Perhaps we need a little gathering at center ice.
Fighting is like Christmas. It's much better to give than to receive.
Yes. So Andrew Ladd makes his way to the dressing room. Brian Little follows him.
That's a short bench now for the Jets. They've got four guys that have been sent off. Thorburn, Bogosian, Ladd, and Little are all in the locker room. And this has a lot to do with the end of the game, too. The referees try to control what happens afterwards because once the final siren goes and you have those many guys in the same proximity. Looks like one of the Oilers is going to be escorted across to Yakupov. He's going to be escorted to his locker room too. Probably a good idea to do this because back in the day you used to see a lot of that. There'd be 7 guys in the penalty box for each team, and then at the final buzzer they offer their parting shots on the way off the ice.
Well, Gadzik went off basically at the 13-minute mark, and he got 7 minutes. So the game will pretty much be over by the time he gets back on the ice.
We'll have to keep an eye on Buff and Gazdic at the end of this game because they're the ones that were jawing the most. Gazdic was standing up on the bench at one point, obviously yelling that he wanted a piece of somebody. And that's when Bufflin looks like he threw a water bottle across.
Well, this crowd will go home happy versus the other night. Look at Luke Gadzik. That's kind of where this thing started at 12:56. Good hit by Mark Stewart on Nail Yakupov. Gadzik went after Stewart. And they had a scrap, and then it just kind of, when Yakupov got the goal, Bufflin gave him the whack on the back of the legs.
And that's Eric O'Dell that's in there serving one of the minor penalties for one of the guys on the right side of your screen. There you go again. Gazdic was standing up. You can barely see Gazdic standing up on the bench, yakking away at the Jets bench. And that's when Bufflin threw the water bottle over there. And that's Bufflin, O'Dell in the middle, and Mark Stewart.
So right now they've got the 2-minute minor up for Bufflin. That happened right after the goal. They've got a double minor for Andrew Ladd. They've got a major for Zach Bogosian. They haven't put anything on the Oilers side yet. It's 5-on-3 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. Trouba knocks it free. Taylor Hall. Back to the blue line it comes. Corey Potter for Justin Schultz. Schultz watched by Enstrom. Down for Hall and back for Schultz. Down for Potter and back for Schultz. For Hall, the one-timer kicked away by Andre Pavlik. And taken by Toby Enstrom and cleared all the way down the ice.
That's the shooter that they want. Hall, he's the left-hand shot on the right wing side.
Not quite sure how out of all of that, Ladd gets 4 and Bogosian gets 5, and they're not offsetting somewhere in there. There's a lead pass for Evander Kane as he was in behind everyone, but the pass a little bit too far. Through center for Justin Schultz.
Number 22, Cliff
For Hemsky.
A 10-minute misconduct.
Thorburn also gets a misconduct.
33, Dustin
Gagne.
Bufflin, 2 minutes for slashing.
Plays this back to the line.
Winnipeg's number 16,
Petrie.
Andrew Ladd,
Back
2
to the
minutes
line for Potter.
slashing,
And that
plus
shot got
2 minutes for
cleared away.
checking, and a 10-minute misconduct.
So Ladd got slashing, cross-checking, and a 10-minute misconduct.
2 minutes for slashing. Plus
In across the line. Lead pass got picked off. And Adam Party will clear it out.
5 minutes for spearing, plus a game misconduct.
Bogosian got 5 minutes for spearing.
Number 64, Nail Yakupov.
Was the call on Bogosian. Petrie, cross ice feed, Beloff the one-timer. That's off the heel of his stick. Taken by Jacob Trouba, cleared around the boards. And this will make its way all the way down the ice.
Oilers goal.
Back for it goes Petrie. So the Edmonton Oilers on a 5-on-3, and it continues. Dropped at the line for Beloff. Beloff watched by Wright. Ales Hemsky broke his stick and threw the broken stick onto the ice. And now throws the puck that ended up in the Oiler bench, throws it on the ice. So despite the fact it's 6-2, Ales Hemsky's not a happy camper.
Oh, there's been frustration on about 7 different levels in this game, and a lot of it obviously on the part of the Jets at this point, a little over a minute to go. Now Stewart and Bufflin come out of the penalty box. Their penalties are up.
Stewart's going to head straight to the dressing room.
Top of the screen, you're going to see a stick hurling out on the ice. That's what you're talking about, Dennis. Hemsky fed up with that one. Obviously, it's not working very well.
Missing part of it, that might be why. Trouba sends this down the ice. So Mark Stewart has gone straight to the Jets dressing room. In for Belloff. In behind that, Enstrom goes after it. 5-on-3 continues for the Edmonton Oilers. There's the call on Stewart, a 10-minute misconduct. So the penalty minutes tonight, 74 for the Jets, 15 for the Oilers. Belloff. Back for Petrie and Andre Pavlik, another save. Around the boards, Belloff.
Apparently it wasn't season's greetings when he came out of the bench.
No, he did not wish the officials a Merry Christmas. Or maybe he did. Back for Petrie, slap shot, that hit either Trouba in front or maybe did get to Andre Pavlik. Back for Petrie, another shot and another save by Andre Pavlik. Back for Belloff, he fires at Pavlik, the glove save, and hangs onto it for a face-off.
Shooting gallery for Andre Pavlik, and he comes up with some more big saves. 5-on-3, the end of the game. The seconds are winding down. The frustration level is at its maximum for the Winnipeg Jets, and Pavlik battling to the end.
Shots 30-20 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers as the final few seconds will tick off on this one. All those penalties coming at the 16-16 mark, and the Edmonton Oilers snap their 6-game losing streak and back-to-back losses on this road trip for the Winnipeg Jets. 2-1 yesterday in Vancouver, and a game that they did not want to get into, a track meet with the Edmonton Oilers, and that is what happened. And the Edmonton Oilers played the kind of game, Brian, that they wanted to play.
Yeah, they needed to respond after getting thumped 6-0 by St. Louis. They played the game pretty much the way they wanted. The Jets were okay in stretches, but it got out of hand.
6-2 the final in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. Our post-game show is yet to come.